Okay, so what is up, YouTube? My name's Mike. This is the MDH Automotive channel, and today I want to talk about Corvettes just real quick. And I'm hoping to make this real quick. I had a subscriber hit me up on the last Corvette video and say, from what I got of the comment, didn't really completely understand it, but I think what that person was asking me was, can I talk about like how much I spent on a car and what I'm looking to get out of it and that type of thing. So I'm just going to kind of talk real quick about the C5, and then I'm going to go over to the C6, and basically I'm going to market it. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys everything about it. If you guys know of anybody or anybody out there is looking to buy a C6 Z06, I've got one for sale, and we'll talk about that and then we'll close up the video. So the C5 is over in this spot now, and you'll notice that the hood is up because I just drove it. The reason I just drove it is I took it down to the stereo shop. I had a little subwoofer and sub amp added to the stereo. It already had a Kenwood aftermarket head unit, so I just added that for a little bit more bass and letting the stock speakers run the high end, and it actually sounds really good. I'm very pleased with it, very pleased with the sound. Now let's go ahead and focus on the C6. The C6, as I said, I'm planning to sell. I'm going to keep the C5 and sell the C6. Now, here's what happened. Yesterday, I was actually driving this car. I was heading up to Rio Linda, which is up around Sacramento. It's about a 2-hour drive. So I was going to go up there and meet up with a guy who has a 73 Camaro split bumper LS swap. Nice car. He's asking about the same thing that I'm asking for this car. So I thought, well, that'd be a good trade, and it seemed like he was interested in trades or what have you. I was just, I don't know, got like 10, 15 minutes away from my house, and he called me and he said, hey, you know, I'm kind of having cold feet about everything. I don't want you to drive all the way up here for nothing. So I said, no problem. I'll just turn around and go back. So I decided to kind of take some back roads and just play around the back roads coming home and not take the freeway straight back. And as I'm driving this car, I'm thinking to myself, what am I thinking? This car shifts better. It's obviously got a lot more power. It rides better. It's a more comfortable car. What am I thinking, getting rid of the C6 and going to a C5? So I came home with the idea of, okay, man, I'll just get rid of the C5 and keep the C6. And then I went out and I got in the C6 and fired it up to move it. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, that's it. There's just something about the C5. I will say all day long the C6 is a much more superior car, definitely. But there's just something about the C5. I like it. I know this car's slower. I know it doesn't ride as well. It's never going to be what the C6 is, and I'm okay with that. That's the bottom line. I'm okay with that, and I'm happy with doing this. Now, that being said, either way, both Corvettes are badass Corvettes. They're both beautiful cars. So what I decided to do is put both on Craigslist for sale. I am asking $16,000 for that one, and I'm not going to go into any details on that one because I really don't want to sell it, and I'm pretty firm on the price. I don't see me flexing any, but I figure if someone wants to give me $16K for the car, it's enough of a profit that I'll take it, and then I'll figure out what I want to do. Now this one, it's a 2007. It's got 36,000 original miles on the third owner on it. I've got a clean Carfax on it. The car just smogged, so it's all smog legal in California. As you can see, it's got some aftermarket things done to it. Down the side there, go around to the front. Kind of the ground effects set up. It's got the Forged 360 wheels. They're 19s in front, 20s in back. Interior wise, we're going to go over the passenger side so it won't be beeping at me all the time. But interior wise, it's got an aftermarket flat bottom steering wheel. You guys can see that there. It's got the stereo controls on it, and it's got a center console. It's kind of hard to see, but out of a newer Corvette, it's a little nicer than the ones that came on the 2007. It's kind of got a carbon fiber look. So very, very cool there. The interior super clean. The car's like new. It really is. It's got a full 3M wrap over the whole body of the car, 3M tint. I just put the drag radials on it. Those were like $1,000, and they don't have more than probably 100 miles on them at this point in time. I would recommend getting new, probably front tires for this car, just because they're older. They still have plenty of tread on them, but just because they're older and with the speeds this car is capable of, I'd rather have some really good fresh rubber between me and the road. As far as the performance mods, I will show you guys that. Okay, performance mods, I'll get in on there, and you guys can kind of pause it or whatever you want to do, because I'm not going to go through everything. But obviously it's got heads, it's got the cam. I had a cold air intake that came with the car, and I had that put on here, and then I had a tune. The car dynoed at 443 rear-wheel horsepower stock. After they got done with it and did everything, it came out at 540 rear-wheel horsepower. Josh says we could probably coax a little bit more out of it if we would have let the car cool down just a little bit more, but he was doing the tune at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and he was just trying to get it done for me at that point in time. So 540 very conservatively. You feel it, this car is a beast. I mean, it is, you can be in the triple digits very, very quickly. It hooks up very nicely with the drag radials and very minimal spinning, and it hooks and it goes, and it sounds amazing doing it. It's got a really nice sound with that cam. It's not over the top, but it's got a nice rumble to it, and I'll start it up for you guys and let you hear it. Certainly I've got another video of me driving it behind the wheel after I had everything done to it. So the car is very fast. It's faster than really anybody needs. It's, like I said, super clean. For an 11-year-old car, it's probably the cleanest 11-year-old car you're going to find. I said I'm the third owner on it. It's got a clean Carfax. I've got that already with me. And forgive me if I repeat myself on some stuff. It's tagged. It's all current if someone from California is buying it. It's got the mild to wild exhaust, so you can quiet it way, way down if you want to, which is amazing. Or you can make it a little bit louder, but still it's not overly aggressive or overly done. And the car is amazing. So for this car, I want $37,000. I am negotiable on that. Certainly cash talks. I'm open to trades. I will tell you guys right now, I paid $36,000 for the car, and I stuck another $7,000 into doing the performance mods and all the upgrades, and another $1,000 into the wheels and tires. So I'm $8,000 on top of the $36,000, which is what, $44,000. So I'm losing money. I know I'm losing money, but as long as it goes to a good home, someone's who's gonna respect it and appreciate the car and enjoy it, and hopefully keep it longer than me, that would be great. It also comes with the original window sticker. I do have that in the trunk. It's framed, and then the engine build, who built the engine and signed and everything like that. So that's kind of cool. There's a few extra parts, stock parts that the guy gave me that I have that go with this car. So basically the trunk's full of odds and ends and stuff like that. And then I do have receipts and things like that that he had and that I have had since I've gotten the car. So I think it's a smoking deal, but like I said, I'm open to trades. I'm open to good cash offers. I'm supposed to go look at a trade actually Saturday, older car, which is what I would be looking for. So who knows, maybe we can work something out. He's willing to give me some cash, so if he gives me the right amount of cash, I might make that work out. I also have a subscriber who is interested in buying the car outright, which would be absolutely outstanding. I think it would be cool to sell it to a subscriber. I talked to the guy, his name is Bill. We talked over the phone last night, and cool guy. I would love to see the car go to him. I think it'd be a great story, but he lives in LA. He commutes every day back and forth to work. And while he says having a manual transmission for the commute doesn't bother him, he does it all the time. I was a little concerned about like the cam, the way this car's set up with the cam, if it would be good for that like slow moving traffic. But the more I think about it, the more I think it probably would be. I don't think it would be bucking and doing a bunch of things like that and having a big, causing him issues or what have you. But truthfully, I just wish he could come and just actually drive the car. Just take the car and drive it around a little bit and get a feel for it and see if he's comfortable with it before spending that kind of money on it. I offered to sell it to him for what I consider to be a very, very good price in this car. I booked the car out, and the car books at $33,000 with nothing done to it. And I figure there's got to be like $15,000 to $18,000 worth of upgrades in this car pretty easily. So whoever gets it's going to get a great car. I think they're going to be very happy with it. And here, let's go ahead and hop in and we'll fire it up real quick, and then we'll close this video out. Sound is great. I think it's got a nice healthy sound to it. Now that's with the valves open. Let me show you what it sounds like with the valves closed. Huge difference. So if you want to go in stealth mode with this car, it's very easy to do. So, car's got a lot of charm, it's got a lot of features. Like I said, I'll be the first one to say it is a much better car than the C5. It is. There are things I'm going to miss about the car, but there's just something cool about that C5. Like I said, I just wanted to talk Corvettes for just a second and just talk about what the plan is. Certainly if I get the money for the C5 will go, and I don't know, maybe I'll buy another C5, maybe I'll just go ahead and keep this car, I don't know. But right now I'm really pushing the C6 more. I think someone's going to get a great car for the money. And so if you know of anyone who's interested, anybody out there is interested, send them my way. I will be happy to work with them, be happy to have them come check the car out, go for a ride. Like I said, got the Carfax. I can take it someplace and have it checked out. I have nothing to hide. Yeah, so with that, I am going to end this video. Like I said, it was just meant to be a quick kind of spur-of-the-moment video. So if you like it, give me a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. Comments below, please. I appreciate it. I will leave Instagram PO box in the description. If you haven't subscribed, do it now. Do it. And with that, God bless. Take care. Have an absolutely amazing day.